Hey fellow agents, this is Agent Smith and we are playing Fallout 2. I do believe this is the 27th or 8th episode. And so we've decided, because I've finished everything I could in Reading, that we're going to go ahead and travel on to Umbra Tribe to help out Sulik and his people. So we're going to go ahead and check out what's going on here. It looks like they started us at the woodland, although we have both options to go to. This is what I came into. And it looks like it's tons of rats and scorpions, so we're going to have to work our way through these and hopefully not get wiped out too hard. What are these? Firewood. Knives. Weapons everywhere. So let's go ahead and get started on trying to figure out everything as a stone monument. Clearing out all this stuff. I guess we'll start this way. Deal with these rats first. I'll see you once I get through all of these fights. Looks like we found a body of a young girl here. No information to that. I'll go down the other way. I'm becoming much more capable of surviving in combat. I don't get hit as often, nearly as much, and I'm able to actually leave Sulik behind for the most part on a lot of these. It only takes a couple punches to deal with the animals and things like that here, so that's good. This one's loud. Try to get to him before he does, because he's excessive on his attacks. He's like, machine gun everything! Which is not a big deal, but it's a fish. There we go. He couldn't get a safe shot on me, around me, so he ended up going a little bit safer by firing on the single rounds, which I like. I usually don't do that. Usually he's big about it and just fires like burst shots into my back. But there we go. So we've cleaned out whatever is here. I don't see anything else that I can take. So I think that's everything out in this field. I don't know what he's got going on, but we'll find out when we step into the village. This here be our village. We and I go speak with our friends. So you enter the Umbra shore, home of the Umbra Tribe. You see many differences in appearance on the villagers and tents, as if not all come from the same place. We got a bunch of tribals. Can I talk to my guy now?
Some buys and catch you up on the road out.
Okay. So I'm good here until they're done talking to whoever I talk to here. You be needing something. Yeah, I was wondering who you're guarding. I be guarding tribe's holy leader. He who walks with spirits. Much honor guarding him. Keep out unwanted like you. Now leave. I say to leave, but you don't listen. I unleash spirits of fury when people don't listen. Suggest you get the feet moving now. Alright. Nobody likes me around here. I got a guy here to talk. It's a warrior. The sun-bronzed giant looks at you as if his corded muscles were carved out of granite. Beneath a mane of black hair, his smoldering blue eyes pierce into you. I'm Crom, the head warrior of this tribe. Who are you? What brings you here? Chunk. I'm on an holy quest to save my village, Royo, from certain destruction. Royo, yes, one of the northern tribes, but what of this certain destruction you speak of? Your village is well fortified by a large canyon, is it not? Surely you can defend against enemy tribes and raiders. I'm not an outside force. It's not an outside force that's threatening us. My tribe is dying from within. We've suffered a terrible drought, and it seems my village is doomed to wither and die unless I can find the holy Gek in time. A Garden of Eden creation kit. I've read of them in the old text. It's unfortunate that your tribe has fallen on hard times, but it's foolish to place all your hope on finding some magical artifact from before the Great Silence. Are you sure your tribe didn't send you on a fool's errand simply to be rid of you? Of course not. I successfully conquered the tip of the trials and earned a highly respected title, the Chosen One. That's why I've been given this quest, because I've proved myself to be the most qualified. Now, what have you read of the Gek? He dismissively shrugs as shrugs his mighty shoulders. Just another of the Old One's lazy scientific baubles, meant to replace the tried and true method of man toiling against the unforgiving earth, forging his own existence through sweat and blood. But if you truly believe such a device is yours only hope, then I suggest you seek out the Old One's underground vaults. I've traveled far and wide, but I've never found one myself. But then, I wasn't exactly looking. The village elders is certain that finding the Gek is the best chance we've got. That's what I've been tasked to do with, so that's what I intend to do. Anyway, thanks for the help tip. Look for vaults, you say. Wow, that's great advice. If only I had known that before. Thanks a lot for the tip, big guy. I'm well versed in the arts of sarcasm. Go take your smart tongue elsewhere before I rip it from your mouth. Alright, fine, I'm going. The curtain. Thought it was locked. He appears deep in thought. Upon noticing you, he does a startled jump, then quickly regains his composure. Yes, Outworlder. If you come seeking spiritual guidance, I'm afraid I'm not up to it at the moment. Perhaps some other time. Seems like something is troubling you. Is there anything I could help you with? The offer is appreciated, but no, this is a personal matter that I must face on my own. If you don't believe, then how do you tend to the spiritual needs of the village? Well, up until just recently, I was merely the underling of the village shaman. That was easy. I just had to follow his lead, and then he went for a drunken midnight swim in the great salt water, and well, I suddenly found myself promoted. I didn't think it would be so bad. I figured I could just spout off some mystical mumbo-jumbo and everyone would be happy. But no. The very day that I acquire the title of shaman, I find myself dealing with something that's way over my head. What happened? There's an actual lost spirit roaming the woods just south of the village. It's true. I've seen her with my own eyes. A pretty girl with a blank look on her of the dead. The sight chilled me to the very core. The moment I saw her, I pissed myself and ran as fast as I could. The others expect me to go back and guide her into the mist, but how can I? I'm too petrified to go near her. What could I do to help? Unless you got an extra pair of balls laying around that I can pin onto you. So what can I do to help? You could go to her, try to figure out why she lingers in the mortal realm. She appears in the woods to the south at night. If you could find anything that could help me, I'd very greatly appreciate it. I'll look into it. Oh, we got a little bit of a mission here. Let's head into the south woods real quick and we'll roll it over to nighttime and see what happens. There she is, she just popped up. Speak to the spirit. He said that he loved me, that we could start over together. How could he do this? Who did this to you? Can you hear me? It's all a lie. He doesn't love me at all. Oh, he's got a knife. It hurts. Look at his eyes. So cold, so... If you can hear me, tell me who's hurting you. Who did this? He's walking away now. He's leaving me here to die alone. How could this happen? Please, just give me a name. Give me something more to work with.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. You said you wanted to start a family with me. Oh, it's so cold. I think I'm dying. No, this isn't real. You would never do this to me, Thorg. I love you. Nessa will always love you.
Thank you, Nessa. That's all I needed to hear.
So lonely in the dark. So very lonely.
Alright, so we got Nessa and Thorg. I don't know if I can assuage this problem, but maybe I can. I'm assuming that means that the warrior is who I'm looking for. You're back. Did you discover anything about the lost spirit? I spoke to her. Listened to the spirit. It seems she was betrayed and murdered by her lover, someone named Thorg. Thorg? He was the shaman that I served as an apperceive under? I've never heard that word. An apprentice too. I've never heard of apperceive. The weird way to word it. Anyway, wow, I knew he was a bit of an asshole, but I didn't take him for a slayer of pretty young girls. I suppose a guilty conscience helps to explain that drunken midnight swim that led to his death. So Thorg is murdered. Is a murderer. How about that? Okay, cool. But what now? Now I suppose I have to send her into the mists. I think I'll be able to do it, but I need you to come with me. There's just no way that I'd be able to force her alone, and none of the others in the village will go. They believe that it's an ill omen for a non-shaman to encounter a lost spirit. I've already done so much for you. You're on your own. Don't worry, I'll help you get through this. That was it? Oh, okay. Oh shit, I can't do this. Okay, Nessa.
Oh, so cold and alone.
Nessa, you must hear my voice. I am calling you from the mortal world.
I hear someone. Who's there?
I am the shaman of this village, and you must enter the mists. There you will find peace.
Yes, I see the mists now. I see spirits beckoning to me.
Go to them, Nessa. Go into the mists and join your ancestors.
I am not alone anymore.
You've given me the courage I need to serve the village. I can't thank you enough. I got good karma and everything else, too. Heard about your good deeds you've been doing. See, I was wrong about you. Forgive me for being a rude man, friend. Go in and peep the big man. He'd be waiting for you. Thank you. Now I can talk to their leader, having helped their dead. The old man smokes his pipe and watches you with dull gray eyes that seem to bore into your soul. He motions for you to sit across from him in a smoke-filled tent. We are most grateful for your service, wanderer. He takes a long hit from his pipe. The spirits, they have much to say about you, much indeed. Tell me, what brings you to our village? I'm on a quest for the Holy Gek. Do you know anything about this? The Holy Gek. He takes a long hit from his pipe. There's a creature that we sometimes hunt. Sometimes it hunts us. A gecko. I sense that's not what you seek. I'm afraid your Holy Gek is beyond my ken. Let me ask you something else. What can this old man do for you? Looking for a missing woman. She's a sister of my friend Sulik. Sulik. One of our best men, equally skilled at the art of the hunt and the art of communing with bone spirits. He left us to find his sister, Kurisu, who never returned from a nearby tribe. Tell me, child, where's Sulik now? Oh, he's alright. I told him to wait while I get some things done. It is good to hear that Sulik is well. We were worried he got into trouble, so his sister is still missing.
She too is a member of our tribe.
She was captured by slavers. I have offered Sulik assistance in locating her. Do you know anything that might help in the search? He closes his eyes for a long time. Just as you think he might have fallen asleep, he begins speaking.
The slavers are all led by a man with a dark soul, Metzger.
Shit. We're coming full circle on this.
He dwells in one of the ruined husks of the old one's cities. They call it the Den.
He opens his eyes.
Perhaps he is holding her there. The bone spirits say no more.
Thank you. So we gotta go to the Den. Now that I can speak properly, I might be able to actually talk to him about that. But before we ever go that way, we're heading down the south of the coast here, because I'm looking for this plane that flew over southwest of previous town we were in.
What else can they do for you?
Is there anything else that needs to be done around here?
Thank you, child, but I am content. Perhaps others are not so. Ask around the village.
Well, thank you so much. There's not much else I could say, so thank you. Cool. So we got an idea of where to go now. Gonna deal with Metzger and hopefully save his sister. Been looking forward to killing those slavers, to be honest with you, since I've known of them. Just didn't have a reason to before. Let's go check out this other section here. Maybe to go down by the water. Yeah, it sure is. It'd be good to be back home again. He's happy to be out here. Who are you? Excuse me, but could you do me a small favor? I'm a little busy here, and I don't know if I can leave this pot unattended. And what do you need? I'm running low on wood for this fire. If you could collect some for me, I'd really appreciate it. I'd do it myself, but I'm afraid the pot will boil over if I leave it unattended. I'm sure some logs can be found in the nearby forest. 3 bundles will be perfect. It would be my pleasure. You'll help me? Great. Let me know when you've collected them. Did you bring the fire one? Yeah, I got it right here. Oh, excellent. This will help keep this fire going. Thank you for taking the time to help me. I don't really have anything to repay you with. Nothing to repay me. Look, lady, I could have died in those woods. It's filled with all kinds of deadly creatures. I risked my neck for this fucking wood. Not to mention, I think one of the logs gave me a splinter. Eat splinters. Just kidding. Your gratitude is enough. Thank you. Take care. Come press your luck, have you? I come to kick your ass now. I just want to apologize for offending you.
I seem I'm on a forgiving mood today, friend. Now what can I do for you?
Don't even I ask you a few questions.
Of course.
Anything I can help you with?
He looks you over, seeming to consider something for a moment. I'm to meet with one of them damned civilized traders soon. Pudgy, one-eyed dog of a man who I trust about as much as a starving rad scorpion. He's not wronged us yet, but I've got a feeling about our next meeting.
Why's that?
When last we spoke, he boasted he'd be bringing me something truly miraculous, that I'd be wise to haul all the golden gecko hides I could carry to the meet. I don't know what his miracle item is, but it's likely some civilized trinket that he'll hope I'll be ignorant of enough to pay for more than it's worth. That's why I'd like you to make the trade.
Why me?
Because you're my kin. A fellow tribal, as they call us. Yet I can tell you've had recent experience with the civilized world. If he tries to pull something, you'd be more likely to spot it than me. Besides, I've got a good feeling about you. I've learned to trust my instincts.
All right, let's do this. I'll get in a little bit. I'll do this trade right now. As you and Crom approach the meeting site, you're greeted by a chubby merchant with an eye patch and a small entourage of bodyguards. Though the merchant is sweating profusely, he appears downright cheerful. After the merchant gives Crom an enthusiastic greeting, he turns to you and looks you over. Though his grin never falters, his probing eye betrays a hint of suspicion. So Crom here says I'm to do business with you today. He shrugs. Folks call me One-Eyed Roy. But I can't for the life of me figure out why. He laughs heartily at his joke. What's your name, friend? I'm Chunk of Arroyo. True pleasure to meet you, Chunk. If you don't mind me saying, you're a bit of an odd sort for a tribal. I'm the chosen. I don't know what you mean. Oh, because of what I'm wearing? You see, I'm trying to set a new tribal fashion trend. I'm tired. Same old Brahmin high pants. You calling me an odd sort? Tell me one-eyed motherfucker. Oh, because of what I'm wearing? You see, I'm trying to set a new tribal fashion trend. I'm tired of the same old Brahmin hide pants with a strap across the chest. That look is so 2240. Whatever you say, friend. Now, let's get down to business, shall we? Have you ever heard of a little item called a stim pack? Oh, Jesus. As he dramatically speaks the last word, he produces a stim pack from his coat pocket and holds it up, like a wondrous artifact. Yeah, actually, they're pretty common. Of course, in fact, I hoard the things. Hell, I'm practically a stim pack junkie. Shake your head and stare at the item and wonder, what's stim pack? Actually, they're pretty common. I wouldn't say they're common, but they're pretty coveted by us civilized folks. He looks at Crom. And for good reason. You see, these little guys contain magical healing powers that will astound and amaze you. Of course, words mean nothing without proof, so allow me to show you the wonders of the stim pack in action. I already know how they work. I've used them myself plenty of times. Ignoring your comment, he grins at Crom and then turns to one of his bodyguards. Warren, come and give me your hand. Guard frowns, but does as he's told. Roy quickly takes out a knife and slashes it across the top of Warren's arm. Warren winces with pain, but he does not cry out. As you can see, Warren's got a pretty nasty gash here. I assure you, friends, the cut and Warren's pain are quite genuine. You can see this is no trick blade. He hands the knife to Crom, who hardly glances at it before nodding and handing it back. But now, look. He injects the stim pack into Warren's arm. Almost instantly, the bleeding stops. Roy uses a dirty rag and mops away most of the blood, revealing that the gash is nearly healed. Now, just imagine the advantage having stim packs would give you over your tribal enemies. And unlike that healing powder you fellows like to brew up, the stim pack does not cause drowsiness. In fact, this little wonder is completely without side effects except for addiction. It can be addictive. But I knew what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. They must cost a fortune, right? Yes, they do. Wrong, because I like you. I'm practically giving them away for nothing. Practically giving them away? How much are you asking? How much? I'll give you this entire crate full of them. That's 50 stim packs. All I ask in return is measly 20 golden gecko pelts. You just can't beat a deal like that. He's right, it's a good deal. Great, actually. Roy will do it. It's a good deal, alright. Too good. What's the catch? No catch, my friend. I simply already have all the stim packs I need, so I'm offloading my excess supply. Golden pelts, on the other hand, I could never have enough of those. Sure, 50 stim packs are worth far more than a mere 20 golden gecko pelts, but I'm being realistic. I can't expect your tribe, skilled hunters though I'm sure you are, to have 100 gold pet gecko hides laying around, so I'm making a more reasonable offer. That's why it's such a good deal. Before we agree to anything, I'd like to see the rest of your goods. His eyes narrow slightly, then he grins. Of course. They're in this crate next to me. So I saved there because I've actually seen two different options on here. One is that the man is a dick and we buy it from him, it's a waste. And the other is that, I mean, like, no matter what, you cannot figure out what is the right answer for this. You can examine them as much as you want, but you're gonna find nothing out of the ordinary with them. But I think I might have some mint tats, so this is what I'm gonna try to do, is bring up my intelligence. I have mint tats. And see if that does anything. At all. Did them twice. And now we can look into it. After giving the crate a brief look over, you determine that there's nothing, or there's 50 there. There we go. You had to be smart enough. I took Mintats to make sure I was smart enough to be able to figure this out. Upon closer inspection, these stim packs look a bit odd to you. You take one and squirt a little off of it, a little of its fluid onto your palm. Upon sniffing the crimson liquid, you realize what it truly is. Brahmin blood. There, that's how you do it. Make sure you're smart enough to know the difference. Now we talk. Alright, if we're done messing around, let's get this show on the road. I'm a busy man. So, I've done this all different ways. And like I said, I've accepted it and got shystered. I try to kill him and we get in trouble. Not in trouble, but he doesn't really like us for not doing it. So the best way to do this is make sure that you up your intelligence enough if you don't automatically notice the difference. You're a busy guy, huh? You're also a liar and a cheat. Those stim packs are fake. There's nothing but hypodermics filled with Brahmin blood. You were trying to rip this tribe off. What? That's impossible. You saw the demonstration. They work fine. I'm not gonna stand here and let you try and ruin my good name. Sure, the stim pack you used during the demonstration was real, but I'd like to see you try it again using one of the stim packs in that crate. Alright, fine. If you say they're fake, then maybe they are. How should I know? I didn't make the fucking things. I bought them. So I'm the one that was ripped off here, not you. Now, since there's no deal, I'm not gonna waste my time here any longer. Bye. I'll let them leave. I don't know if that was the better choice, but let's see. Expose this deception. If I ever see that cheating dog again, I'll take great pleasure in cleaving his ugly skull. However, you did well in spotting his deceit. I see I made a wise choice in trusting you. You're welcome to stay among us and treat our tribe as your own. However, I may call on your aid again in the future. Thanks for your help. That was the way to do it, guys. You get the most karma. Well, sort of. 20 of them. 600 experience. It seems to be about the same no matter what, but either way. My pleasure. Giant warrior nods, greeting as they approach. Welcome back, friend. Do you need something? I was wondering if I can ask you a question. Of course. I'd like if you look like you've been around, been through a lot. I was just wondering what your story is. Yes, I suppose I've been through a lot. I come from a tribe far to the north. When I was 15, we were attacked by savages. I woke that day as a boy, but by the time the sun set on that grim scene, I had slayed my way to manhood. Every man, woman, and child was dead except for me. But that's life. What's life without battle and strife? It either breaks a man or it forges him into steel. I wear my scars with pride.
So what'd you do then? I piled the bodies and watched them burn into the night, then gathered what I could and went wandering, spent my time with various tribes, fought many battles, spent a little time amongst the civilized men, but I tired of them quickly. Too many honest dogs hiding behind their guns. I'd rather enjoy a good battle of flesh and steel. I'm not a complicated man. Give me battles and feasts, wine and women. What else matters in this grim world?
So how'd you end up here?
I came here a couple years ago. This tribe took me in and treated me well. They offered to make me their head warrior, which I obviously accepted. I've enjoyed it here, next to the great salt water, but I feel wanderlust growing within me. Someday soon I believe I'll move on and see what the gods have in store for me next.
Thanks. I'll ask you something else. You tell me about this village.
Let's see. Most members of this village actually hail from 3 smaller tribes that decided to unite many years ago in order to keep from dying off. It creates an interesting mix of customs and dialects. More importantly, it creates a good mix of women. Beyond that, there's not much to say. It's a simple village where we struggle to forge a simple existence.
Strange. It seems I forgot what to ask. There's not much else to say then. Is there anything going on here I can help you with?
Actually, Marley looks like she's having some trouble with the well. If you feel like helping, maybe you could go see what this problem is.
Alright, thanks, bye. Cool, so we're still got a few other things to check out. I guess they pointed, well, we were conversing there a little bit. And I need to get my guy back. Hey,
Good to
Sulik.
see you home, but not while Sis is still gone.
Yes, come with me. I might have had
What
that
you be
before.
needing?
I need your assistance. Looks like we got a guy who needs something. Member of the tribe. What do you want? I see you're having trouble with that well. What's wrong exactly? What's wrong? I dropped the rope. That's what's wrong. He shifts uncomfortably. I was fastening a new rope to the well, and then I looked up and saw this fine young maiden stretching in the sun. Spirits of lust distracted me. As a matter of fact, it distracted me, and the rope slipped from my hand, and what's it to you anyway, Outworlder? Unless you got a new rope for me. Wasting my time. As a matter of fact, I do. I'll see if I can fix that well for you. I've got a lot of rope. Well, I was missing his rope and bucket. I just put a bunch of rope on it? Or do I actually have to repair it? Oh, that's a fish I caught. I was like, what the hell is that? Let's see. Rope. 45 feet in length. So you fixed the well yet? Sure, I got the rope in place now. See? He glances at the well, then snickers. What good is a rope if you don't have a bucket attached, or do you Outworlders drink by licking water off a wet rope? He shakes his head and mutters something under his breath. Just attach the bucket. I'll see that you be getting bored. How about you reattach the bucket? I'll see if I can restrain myself from beating your nose. Right. You do all this. There you go. There's your bucket. That should do it. So the well is fixed, yes? With the bucket attached and everything. Yeah, it's all done. Corner of his mouth twitches up in a hint of a smile. I suppose you Outworlders aren't all bad. After all, here, take this money. The spirits tell me you be needing this more than I. Thanks. Cool. pretty sure I just cleared pretty much everything there is to do here. Talk to Crom one more time. Oh, it looks like it's it. Sweet. So I've done everything literally you can do here. It's a little bit longer video than normal, I know, because I had shown a bunch of context and story here, but I don't know. I don't think there's anything else I can do, and so because of that, the next time you see me, I'll be traveling on to the next location. I'm going to be heading down the coastline off camera and hopefully come across something interesting. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Hey, fellow agents, don't forget to like and subscribe by clicking the button in the center of the screen. You can also find the last video by clicking the button to the left, and you can take a look at some of the other stuff I've done by clicking the button to the right. Hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good day.